Welcome to my top 10 aggressive climbs useful in randoms. A lot of people have asked for it, so here it is. We're using the following criteria: the risk of getting spotted or taking damage while performing said climb, the amount of damage or spotting that can be gained from a position being climbed towards, how RD safe are you, and how many tanks can get to said position. I haven't accounted for the difficulty of the climb. These climbs aren't super hard and I use these regularly in my random battles. For the purpose of this video, make sure to study the climbs in the corresponding map videos and practice them before you try them in randoms. At number 10 we have the infamous front door castle climb. This climb will give you a perfect overview of the entire middle and south of the map. Damage can be farmed to a certain degree near the south of the heavy corner. The damage potential can be enormous if there are enough enemies going on the south flank. If the flank falls, your damage goes up. It's one of the fun things about climbing. You do need a fast tank that can get up the first part. It's not really auto save, that's why it's only at the 10th spot. Luckily, it only gets better from here on. Oh, and don't drive like I do. At the 9th place we have the Windstorm A3 climb. Use this climb when you have the north spawn, it's not possible from the south one. The damage potential is enormously high, depending on the tank you're using of course, and it's very accessible for most tanks that have good acceleration. And if you see the enemy on the E4 square, you can take the safe route, but it's a bit slower at A4, shown here. After you reach the top you have full control over this side of the map. It's not RD safe at all though, and you can get easily spotted or counted by the people hugging the mountainside. Once you're spotted up there, you're basically a sitting duck. The start can surely be very risky. You have to get a bit lucky that the enemy is passive enough, so they allow you to get up the first part. Once you're up, there's almost no stopping you. Just don't get spotted. Good luck farming. At the 8th place there is the North Hill climb on Cliff. This climb is used to get control over the hill without the enemy even spotting you. The surprise factor, especially in a bad set, can be game changing. Clipping someone on top of the hill that didn't even see it coming can certainly change the game in your favor. This climb can be done with a lot of tanks, ranging from M46 Pattons to Cromwells and STB-1s. The surprise factor is the main benefit of this climb. The only risk of getting stopped is when the enemy pushes the east side of the hill, but that rarely, if ever, happens at the start of the game. You're very RD safe behind the tower, but in order to farm damage you have to expose yourself. The damage potential is therefore not that high. At the 7th place we have the F6 climbs on Mountain Pass. This climb is one of the most dangerous ones and really not advisable to use when the enemy has more than one artillery piece on the battlefield. It's most of the times used to farm people at H2 and advancing opponents on the glacier. It's very dangerous and can easily be countered. If you have difficulty doing the first climb, consider turning 90 degrees right after the bridge. This climb is a little safer and might even help you dodge a shell from the enemy. At the 6th place we have the K3 climb on Steppes. The damage potential can be enormous if the enemy has lots of heavies. It's also very safe to do if you do it first try. Only very fast tanks can use this position and it's also very RD safe. At the 5th place we have the North Hill climb. I personally love this one. It can be a bit tricky to learn properly, but once mastered it gives you free and safe access to the hill. You can surprise the enemy, farm loads of damage, even spot everything. It's hard to save and you only need a tank that can accelerate enough to make the first part. At the 4th place we have my personal favorite, K3 on Mountain Pass. This one can be dangerous if the enemy decides to rush this flank. Other than that, you can shut down this entire flank all by yourself. The damage potential is very high, you can farm everything. The downside is that you're not very RD safe and you can get countered from E2. Loads of tanks can get up here. I'd say the minimum requirement would be 45-50 kilometers per hour to make the first part. There are a lot of approaches of getting this climb. The one shown is not the absolute fastest, but it'll do. Combine all the benefits with the view from here and you have my favorite one. But this is only 4th place. Wait, what? Yep, the following are even better. At the 3rd place we have H5 on Swamp. Only really fast tanks can make the climb shown in the video. If you have a slower tank, use the alternative route shown in my Swamp video. This climb makes you spot the enemies advancing through the middle and on the heavy corner. You're a bit RD safe due to the slope decreasing the chances of RD hitting you. Lots of tanks can make the alternative climb and that route is even safer. At the 2nd place we have another one on Swamp. This time it's D6, the bigger brother of H5. It's a bit trickier to get up, but it controls the map so well. It's not very RD safe, but you can spot the other side with enough view range. Once the enemy heavies push through at H3, you can even shoot those from here too. It can give you the best spotting game, besides of course a good push on Malinovka. And to top it all off, what I usually do, I aim at the 0 line like this on the pushing mediums and it's basically free damage. And at number 1, the best aggressive climb goes to C7 on Fjords. It can farm the south, the middle, the north. It's also 100% safe to get here and 100% RD safe due to the enormous mountain next to it. Only the fast tanks can take the route shown here. The slow ones take the more dangerous one just besides me. I think all the tanks in the game can get up here and it's just a very solid position. Do you agree with my list? Did you like this video? Subscribe for more climbing content.